I love their laughs and also they get on my nerves. Hi, happy whatever the fuck day it is again today. Not this tried to give me a sleep tone. I've been listening to subliminals lately. Because I follow. Oh, look, Jadina posted a new video. I will be watching that also. Um, wow, Kundalini has been coming up a lot, so we're gonna listen to a Divine Feminine Subliminal. Um, Teacher Cave on YouTube. I honestly don't even know. I do. The Divine the Universe. How she popped up on my YouTube because I followed her on Instagram, and I was never really on YouTube except for maybe for music videos. Like I really didn't use YouTube like that. And I hopped on it one day in like August or September and her video just popped up and I followed her since, and I've also followed Janina because they are two readers who resonate with me a lot. Um, but anyway, all that. I don't even know how we got here. Um, I'm sorry if you hear these kids in the background. I don't know if you can because I have the mic, but actually, I'm not sorry. They're an extension of me, they're an extension of my energy. Those are my kids. I birthed them, I grew them, and then birthed them. It is wild. But anyway, so today, what did I want to tell y'all? First of all, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you know you're beautiful. I hope you know you're worthy and deserving of all that you desire. And I'm actually going to read you something about love. It says that, and I've got some rose quartz. So lately I've been working on loving myself even more. So love is the frequency of existence itself. It means you are surrounded, unconditionally supported, sorry. No matter what you choose, you are free to be who you really are. I love you. There is so much love here for you. And that I actually received with my Sun and Soul deck that I got off the TikTok shop because I'm not even going to tell you the story how I got to the deck, but just know that I did, and it came with some black tourmaline. Um, but, so today, this morning, I was talking to Janice, the sibling right above me, as I usually do, because we talk to each other every morning. Um, it started back when I was going through, honestly, a relatively difficult time, just emotionally and stuff. And I think people low key kind of got worried about me and my family. And Janice is the one that I'm closest to, so she was tasked with checking up on me. And now we just talk daily. I don't know if you can hear them or not. That one hurt. But anyway, I was talking to her this morning and I was reading her some things that I had written in my journal. And one of the things I had written actually surrounded punishment that I received as a kid. And there is a specific event, traumatic event, that I keep coming back to. Even though I've done EMDR on it, like it still is there. It doesn't invoke as much distress as it used to, but it's still there. And it's still a thing of, it's not something I should have gotten in trouble for, but I did. And I was like 10 or 11 at the time. And I was spanked with a belt, which at the time seemed normal, whatever. But I remember distinctly that my dad seemed happy. And I say this because I remember as I was going up the stairs to go to his room to receive this spanking, sorry, trigger warning, y'all. I remember hearing him like snap the belt. You know how like you can put it together and snap it? And I remember him doing that behind me and like hitting it against the rail or whatever. Like in my mind, he was excited. He was ready to give me this spanking. I only got 3 licks. But I was, 10, 11? I was in 5th grade. And I got them because I had written a rap that had cuss words in it. I know y'all didn't know I could rap. Y'all might get some of that later. Who knows? I love poetry. And we know that rapping's just poetry with music. So literally anybody can write raps. So that's how I coped. Even today, if I get really, really upset, I will cope by recording myself just spitting off whatever comes from the top of my head, or I'll write it out in like a little poem or rap or whatever, because who the fuck is you playing with? So anyways, back to the point, I was talking to my sister about some things I had wrote, and like I was just asking the divine, my ancestors, God, like, where were you when these things were happening? Why were these things happening to me, and where were you? And Janice goes, they were there with you. And at first I was like, then why did they intervene? Why didn't they? And then I stopped because I was journaling this morning, like right after she had said that, because that's what I do in the mornings. And it was like they didn't stop it because there's a lesson to be learned in that. Don't ask me what the lesson to be learned in. That's a lie. It's probably a source of power. But like, one reason they might not stop things is because there's a lesson to be learned to help us better be able to manage whatever is coming to us in the future. And I say that because I just got done reading a book called Blood Like Magic by Leslie Sambury, literally a few minutes ago. I would highly recommend it, especially if you're somebody who struggles to make decisions. And it was all about how in the book you have to complete a task in order to get your magic. And that task also has something to do with your magic. So the main character struggles to make decisions. And the point is, or what my takeaway from the book was, is that no matter what decision you make, you will always have the results be a consequence. I feel like consequences used in a negative connotation, but it can be positive or negative. You'll always have the consequence, the result, whatever, and then you will continue to move forward and manage whatever happens. That's one thing I tell my clients. Whatever happens, I'm here to support you as you manage that. That's literally my job. That's what I'm here for. So the other thing that I recognized when my sister was like, she said they were here, and it kind of makes me realize that it could have been worse. And you might be like, Rachel, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And also, I know folks in my family that had it worse. I know I have clients who've had it worse. It could have been worse. My discipline could have been worse. My internal conditioning could have been worse. I could not be the person I am. I could not have this confidence. I could not have the ability to continue to pull back the layers of trauma to say, who is Rlboone truly to her core? And it's a beautiful process. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucks some days. I cry some days. I get mad some days. Some days my clients trigger my own trauma that I then have to go write about after a day of sessions because I have to put it on the back burner during sessions, right? But it's also helped me learn to compartmentalize so well and to always come back to what's ever bothering me, right? That's a huge thing regardless of where you put the thing that's bothering you, whether you like write it out real quick and shove it to the side, put it in a mental container, which I could teach y'all how to make those if you like, whatever you decide to do, you have to come back around to process those feelings, to process those things, right? So I just want to let you know that even sometimes when it doesn't feel like it, the divine is there with you. The universe is conspiring in your favor, and that your intent matters so much when it comes to karma and how things come back to you. I also, one of the things that I was actually writing about was that I've lost like a lot of friends this year. This year, on my vision board for this year, when I made it at the end of the last year and coming at the end of 2023, coming into 2024, was that I wanted, I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny because it's not funny like haha, it's funny like ironic because what I asked for happened, and that was, I don't even know if I can find it anymore. I might have moved it to prepare to make next year's because that's what I've been working on is my 2025 vision board, and it's all right here. And I said, I don't want people who aren't in alignment with my goals to like be around me. Essentially, I want to know who my real friends are and who they aren't. And baby, the way that my feelings got hurt over and over and over in 2024, but it was never a bad thing in the sense that like I started to realize whose energy that wasn't mine that I was holding on to. And I also realized how much I was holding myself back for the comfortability of others. And we're talking like people that are supposed to be my friend that essentially shamed me for speaking up or for having upfront conversations. We're talking about folks that have no problem stealing, or folks that have no problem lying or doing things that like just aren't a part of my values. Because at the end of the day, I want to be, sorry, you probably heard it. I want to be the best, purest version of myself, right? Because if I want to help folks, it's going to come from a pure spot, and I want to do well at it. Let me be the first to tell you, that's not how everybody thinks. And I learned some hard lessons this year. Like, I thought I just had some friends. I thought we was chilling. When I tell you, I have lost the majority of my close friends honestly, over the last 6 months, because I finally started saying, like, no, I don't deserve this or that. Or what it really comes down to is, how is being a friend with you affecting my ability to take care of my kids? And then eventually my ability to take care of myself, because I realized that in order for me to be a great mom, I have to be able to regulate my own nervous system. And that wasn't happening because I wasn't taking care of myself physically or mentally or emotionally. So this is just a reminder that you are worthy of taking care of yourself. It's also a suggestion that you read this book, Blood Like Magic, if you can, or somebody who struggles with making decisions. Just give it a read. See what you think. Also, I was going to say something about witchcraft and magic and Christianity, but I'm not going to get into that today. But I got a whole file of research I've done on it. If you can hear that, that's Jordan, the 6-year-old laughing. But yeah, just know that even when you feel alone, you're not. Just know that, because there were times I was legitimately sliding down the wall sobbing because I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to make rent next month. Like, I just don't know what's going to happen. And time after time, things would come through. Things would work out. And you can't convince me that's not the divine. Yeah, sometimes I try to take it in my own hands and, like, do some extra stuff or ask people for things that, like, weren't necessarily their responsibility. And people came through, I'm not going to lie. And also, you're never really alone. And I know there's folks who don't believe in a higher power or believe in anything whatsoever, but I think what was really impactful for me was also looking at the scientific side of it, because when there's science, when there's proof, what you gonna say? Anyways, I hope that whoever found this video, watched this video, has made it this far, has a phenomenal day, a phenomenal week, a phenomenal 2025, because we're speaking all the beautiful things. We're speaking abundance in love, life, finance, stability, all those things. And I hope something in here resonated with you. And that's what I've got for y'all. Bye.